Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. How we doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing fine. Thank you so much for kicking off the contributions, Bernard Gohar. So I've heard the brother's perspective on this emotional video, and I've been waiting for one lioness's perspective. There's going to be a lot of eyewear adjusting, scooting up to the edge of the seat, and delicate hand pointing. Thank you so much for your contribution. Okay. So I am going to show you the video of the young lady who took to social media to emotionally describe her experience as a ballet teacher, and this is a young woman, she's 22, she's in college, and she teaches ballet to like 5-year-old girls. And she got on social media to basically put these so-called women on blast about their lack of parenting. And this is the worst parenting that the community has seen since the crack epidemic. This lack of parenting, the only rival that it has in recent history is the crack epidemic of the 80s and 90s. Okay? And not to make excuses for the crack epidemic, but at least our parents and our mothers could say, you know, I wasn't in my right mind because I was on drugs, and that's why I didn't raise you properly. At bare minimum, they can come back and say, I wasn't even at myself. I was so strung out on drugs that I was unable to raise my children properly. And had I not been on drugs, I would have done a better job as a mom. Because Gen X, we had to raise ourselves because of the crack epidemic. But you chicks don't even got that excuse. Yeah, there are drugs around, but that's not y'all problem. That's not the problem. Y'all problem, we're going to discuss y'all problem today. Because the young lady didn't tell any lies. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the clips back to back. Please be aware that while the young lady is a pretty, and she seems to be a feminine young lady, this done made her cuss. Okay, so just know that y'all done got this pretty young woman somewhere cussing because y'all want to act a fool. Thank you so much, Steve, for your contribution, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm going to try to run the videos without interruption so that you can see and hear the frustration in this young woman's voice. And then we're going to break down all the failures of single parenting, single motherhood specifically, that's got people like her having a call, young women having a call out. This is her generation. Like, she's older than the little kids she's teaching, so they're the next generation under her. But she's young enough, she's Gen Z. So this should be, quote unquote, right up her alley, and it's not. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out.
Out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet. 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you. I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a, she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Poundtown and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Poundtown? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Poundtown? She didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old daughters singing Poundtown? And it's just really, 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 it's upsetting. And I feel so bad. And I've watched different techniques, soft skills, soft parenting, gentle parenting. I'm patient. I don't yell. I'll say, hey, where's the help? At least it's all these excuses. Y'all come in and you're more worried about what's going on your Instagram and TikTok feed versus being a parent. Be a fucking parent. You guys are horrible fucking parents. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this generation of some of the mom, not all, but majority that I've dealt with kids that are between the ages of 5 and 4 and 3, you guys don't parent your children at all. They have no basic comprehension skills. They can't sit still. No attention span. They're hitting people. They can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know how to say, like, I want to go to the bathroom. If you ask them a question, they're rude, nasty, horrible attitudes at 5, and they want to hear Poundtown. What are you guys doing with your kid? At least it's all it. I tell you, your kid hit someone, and you're saying, well, what the fuck did the little bitch do to my daughter to make her want to hit? Nothing. Literally nothing. Your daughter just decides she wants to put her hands on people, and you don't correct her. You're yelling at me, asking me, why does she feel like she wants to hit? What parenting is happening? You guys are worried about seafood boils and dates and fucking like partying and being a hot mom. You guys are shitty moms, and it needs a change. Stop listening to Sexy Red around your children. Talk to your kid, interact with them, teach them, listen to them, teach them to respect authority. Don't say you don't have to listen to anyone unless they're me. Your kids are so horrible and hard to deal with, and I'm blaming the parents because they have horrible guidance. I tell you why? Because I'm telling you, all the teachers that are good and have genuine interest in building your kid, I want to help them. I want to help these little girls realize that they are precious, that they have purpose, that they're beautiful, that they're smart and intelligent, and that they can be somebody. I don't want to see little 5-year-olds trying to twerk to Poundtown. And you guys think that it's cute. And I'm coming on here because it needs to be a change. So please tell me, as an educator, a teacher, and I'm just a ballet teacher. I'm not a regular trained institutional teacher. I'm teaching 5-year-olds ballet, and these are all the problems starting now, and it's no change happening. So what needs to be done and happen to fix this issue? Please, somebody tell me, somebody make it make sense, because I'm telling you, why?
And that was actually all of the clips. I got a question. I got a question for the chicks that get in under my comment section talking about what does it matter what a woman chooses? Why is it anybody's business what women do? Because it is a direct negative effect on everybody else. What does it matter what these single mothers are choosing? What does it matter that they choose to birth children out? No commitment, no marriage, no preparation on being a mother, no preparation on parenthood, no concept of raising children properly or what that looks like, or sacrifices, the selfishness. What does it matter though? What does it matter though? Because we shouldn't be concerned, correct, over what women choose to do. We shouldn't be concerned on how a woman raises her child when that child is going to become an adult that everybody else got to deal with. Everybody else got to deal with your bad decisions and not being a good guardian and gatekeeper of your womb. Everybody got to deal with your decision to be the worst steward of children. Everybody got to deal with that. Everybody got to deal with it. That's why it's everybody's business. That's why we quote unquote pressed about the decisions that you make. Because y'all don't want to have any order for anything. What this young lady is talking about is the consequence of dismissing and actively alienating and depriving your children of their fathers. And it starts with purposely choosing men that either don't want children or are unprepared for the children either way. Or it also starts with your unwillingness to be in committed marriages before carrying the child of any man. Of any man. Those decisions right there that are quote unquote your personal decisions that quote unquote nobody has a right to judge you on and nobody has a right to speak on, and it's your business and everybody else should mind their business. It become everybody's business when you raise these little grimlords and little heathens to be grown grimlords and heathens. It's the active deprivation and separation of children from their fathers. By any means necessary, y'all do this. These are plans. Go into some situationship, relationship, whatever it may be, have a baby, ditch the guy, try to go get child support. It's a script at this point. Nobody believes that the men are coming to y'all and faking relationships. Don't nobody gotta fake nothing to be with y'all. Y'all so thirsty and desperate and crazy and hoish that don't nobody gotta lie to y'all no more. That's some stuff that used to happen in the 90s, in the 80s. A dude might try to fake like he in with you with a relationship to try to get what he want. Y'all hoes now. Ain't nobody gotta lie to you. Men can tell you the truth to your face and you will still believe whatever's in your head and delusional and go into situations purposely to get pregnant, trying to trap a dude, trying to do whatever it is that whatever selfish motives that you have for this, or just downright being careless with your womb. Just downright careless with your womb. Just downright, hey, I'm not paying attention. I'm just hoeing around, sliding around, letting dudes nut and all kind of stuff. Now, this dude ain't said nothing about wanting no kid. I ain't talked about it. He ain't prepared for it. None of that. And I done let him ski yee all up through me. Didn't want to be surprised that I'm pregnant and that he doesn't want anything to do with the baby, or he's unprepared to be a father in the first place. He don't know the first thing to do. He don't know what to do with that information. So you make these decisions off the bat. Crazy decisions off the bat. And then you just want society and community to just work out. You just want it to work out. Just work itself out. You make all the bad decisions concerning your womb and which man gets a baby, and not having these children in any type of solidified situation. Y'all are just hoeing around. You want to be sluts and hoes from your teenage years to your my age. And you don't even have the good sense as to not get pregnant and have all these kids. You coming up consistently with 3, 4, 5 kids, 3, 4, 5 baby daddies consistently. It's consistent. It's our business because it's not just 1 or 2 women, 4, 5 women, 10 or 20 women. It's the majority of you that either engage in this type of behavior or you support it. You are raising children with the same heedless mentality that you have. What that young lady described, we have all witnessed. Little kids cussing, twerking, acting a fool, not having any respect for authority, can't be corrected. That's y'all. That's y'all. And y'all supposed to be grown. The little kids is 3, 4, 5 years old. You 20-something, 30-something, and you and the 5-year-old think the same way. You and the 5-year-old got the same outlook on life. And none of y'all seem to think that that's an issue. You think it's cute to not raise your kids. Y'all have the kids and they may actually be with you, but y'all are not raising no children. Let's get that straight. Y'all are not, the vast majority of y'all don't raise kids. You just harbor them. You hold kids hostage. You hold them for ransom. You're not raising no children, because raising children would indicate that you knew how to be a mother and you don't. And you're not interested in being a mother. Y'all are harboring and holding kids hostage for ransom money. Y'all not raising no kids. We got better raising from crackheads in the crack epidemic when we was Gen Xers. We got better raising from our mothers who was cracked out than these kids is getting, and y'all will swear to God, y'all ain't on no drugs and y'all doing better. Because cracked out or not, our mamas knew where we was at. You couldn't disrespect her, and you couldn't talk crazy to authority, because cracked out or not, if the teacher told your mama that you was in school acting a fool and cutting up, you still finna be in trouble. I don't care how much crack she smoked. crack she smoked. She was going to clean up, put that wig on, and go up to that school, get a phone call from the teacher and see what happened. Anytime crackheads in the midst of a crack epidemic was better mothers. And she would be cracked out somewhere in a crack house when it used to be crack houses. The crackheads of the 80s and 90s knew who your daddy was. And you knew who your daddy was. How y'all let crackheads in the height of the crack epidemic outdo y'all in parenting? How you let it happen? And I'm talking about broke in the hood, ain't got nothing, hungry, poor. These women didn't go to no college or none of that. Let me break something down, because you are raising little whores. You're raising little miniature versions of you. And that's the sad part. These little children that you are raising, they have no manners. They have no discipline. They have no respect for authority, no respect for order, and no respect for structures. They are taught to only do what they want to do, and that any opposition to that is to be taken as an enemy or to be taken offense to it. They are taught selfishness, ultimate selfishness, and children don't need to be taught that. Quick psychology. The way in which y'all hyenas are harboring these children, they never come out of the id. They never evolve from the id to the ego to the superego. The id is that primal base instinct of instant gratification. The id is what little children have, what infants have. No discernment. They don't have any sense of delayed gratification. They don't have any sense of order or structure or waiting or any sense of civilization. The id is the desire, or what Muslims would call your nafs, unbridled. That's the id. Satisfy me now. Give it to me now. I can't be reasoned. See, an infant, 1 year old and 2, they can't be reasoned with. They are not at an age for the intellect yet that you can reason with them. You can't talk to a 9-month-old. If they hungry or they diaper need change or they sick or something wrong with them, they're going to cry. They're going to cry. And they're not going to stop crying until whatever need it is that they need gets met. There is no talking to them. You can't talk a 6-month-old into going back to sleep in the middle of the night if they woke up hungry. You're going to have to get up now and feed them now. You're going to have to get up now and change the poopy diaper at 1 a.m. now, right now. Because they're going to wake up and they're going to cry ceaselessly until you do it. So somebody do it. Somebody's going to have to meet a need. And it is their most primal needs. Eating, and all of that type of stuff. Making sure that they're comfortable. Any type of discomfort to an infant, they're going to cry about it. Don't let them get sick. Don't let them get gassy. You didn't forget to burp them, and all that kind of stuff. Laying them in the bed the wrong way and they're not comfortable. They're going to cry until it is changed, until the need is met. No talking. You're not going to be able to go into the nursery room or look over into the bassinet and say, hey, it's 2 a.m. You're going to have to chill out until mommy gets up for work. No, they don't even understand that. Nothing you can do. You must do it. You must. If you want peace from that infant, you're going to have to get up right now and figure it out. Figure out what they want. Because they can't even tell you. Figure out what they want. You just assume they hungry. You assume the diaper needs changing. That's y'all. As so-called grown adults. That's y'all. Can't be reasoned with. There's no talking to you. There's no telling you anything. There's nothing. If your demands aren't met now, somebody gonna have a problem according to you. You're no better than an infant. And you are raising children to be as emotionally and arrested in their development as you are. Because y'all are walking around here whole adults chronologically and have not developed ego or super ego. Y'all still stuck in the id. You stuck where infants and 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds are stuck. Children are already in the id, and you do nothing as their mother to advance them past that point, past the point of ultimate selfishness. Children used to get taught you gotta share your stuff. You can't hit people. You can't talk to adults like that. This is taught. This is nurture versus nature. You have to teach societal norms and mores and things of that. You have to teach that stuff. You have to civilize a kid. You have to teach a child that you got to socialize with everybody else. You cannot go through life ultimately selfish, because you're going to run into a lot of problems. Being hard-headed, can't take no correction, the world will correct you. The world will correct you. There's one thing my father used to say, and he wasn't big on spanking us. My father rarely touched us. But the one thing he used to say, he said, I'm going to whoop you, but I love you. I don't want to send you out in that world thinking that life going to be one way and it ain't. The world will whoop you and they don't love you. The world, life will whoop you and don't nobody love you. No, nobody care. Nobody cares what you went through at home or as a kid or what. Nobody cares about that. The world does not care. You're going to have to be able to go out there and function like you got some sense. And it's my job to make sure you got that sense. But y'all don't value fathers. Because she didn't say that the daddy, she's having to talk to daddies like this. It's y'all hyenas out here. It's y'all females out here with these back feet with these kids. Because you think that your little kid, your little daughter twerking the Poundtown and all that kind of stuff is cute. But I'm going to show you what fathers think about all of that. This is how fathers react to foolishness like that.
Swing out, we go 8. Swing out, we go 8.
the daddy was doing something. She trying to twerk. He popped her real quick. Hey. And she just looked because she knew what was up. You don't do that around me. You don't do that at all. That's the difference between fathers and y'all hyenas that's holding these kids hostage. Because she's emulating her mammy. The females that's around her. That's what she emulating. She emulating what you let her watch or what you do in front of her. Children do not do what you say. Children do what you do. That not once in the history of parenting and children have children ever done what their parents said. Never. They always do what you do. That's all they do. See, a father don't think it's cute to see his little girl somewhere twerking. What are you doing? What is you listening to? What are you looking at? Because I know I didn't walk in and see that girl couldn't have been no more about 3, maybe 4. I know I didn't walk in with you with your little hands, call yourself on your little knees. We are going to hit a commercial break. I'm going to do the super chats, and then we've got other things to uncover with this, because this is a conversation that definitely needs to be had, and nobody wants to have it. Nobody wants to have, and we're going to talk about why nobody wants to have this conversation. But after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, my Crimsonites and all of my supporters. I invite you to go and get your copy of my new book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, on sale now at crimsoncure.com. This is guaranteed to change your perspective and positively impact your life. So go ahead now to crimsoncure.com and get your copy today.
So what you want to do is go to crimsoncure.com, pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, Lies of Feminism and Road to Recovery. That's on sale right now. I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button, bam, bam. You got to, Okay, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get to these super chats. Thank you, Trey. Said this young sister is definitely a lioness. She is a ray of hope as she cares more about these kids and their mothers. Thank you, U.S. Army retired. Said great content, Crimson Cure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Lou Casey, for your super sticker. Thank you, Kevin. Said I was waiting on this reaction. You're cooking with the good Crisco grease. Thank you so much, Stanley, for your super sticker. Also, Skinny Boy said crackheads versus bonnetheads. Lord have mercy. And this isn't to say that our mothers were good mothers. We had horrible mothers. The majority of us whose mothers was in the hood and in the height of the crack epidemic and all that kind of stuff that got caught up with the crack and the drugs and running the street and all that. We had horrible mothers. Horrible experiences as children. Many of us was latchkey kids. We had to grow up. We had to figure out how to be adults before our time. That's where all that we raising our siblings come from. Those of us in Gen X, we raised our siblings. We did it. Why do you think we was in the position to do so? Because your mama cracked out. Because she running the street. Because she can't be relied upon. We had horrible parenting. We were set so far behind the 8 ball, it's not even funny. But this generation, oh, baby, bye. Thank you, Terenzo said, meanwhile, I was called a red flag yesterday for not being a baby daddy by anyone. Whole time, I helped parents and 8 and 9-year-old, right? Gen X taught ourselves what not to do. Some learn, some fail, but still I rise. Not still I rise. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you so very much, Mike said. Thank you, Kendra. I hope this message goes viral. I do as well. Thank you so much. Comments that these are the grandchildren of the 60-plus-year-old women who call in dating shows asking 30 and 40-year-old women for dating advice. It gets worse every generation. It has gotten exponentially worse each generation. Thank you. Lift said Gen X children learn the place of a child. We understood our roles be a certain rites of passage. This is Chano. Hey, Chano, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you again. Terenzo said typo correction. You co-parent. Okay, I got you. Thank you so much. 7 samples said now that winter's here, we have to deal with the children of the forest. Now we got to deal with the White Walkers. Winter is here and the Night King. Okay, we got to deal with the Night Walkers, with the White Walkers. At this point, see what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Steve. That likes and followers have become the new gods to worship. Men and women lovers of self more than God, worried about followers and not what the kids following. I see it all day, every day. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Too Tall said, right on, Kendra. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And thank you so much. H-Back said, this is what happens when they purposely kick the daddy out. Then want Umar Simp Fubar Johnson to help them with them kids because they go berserk. They definitely go crazy. And thank you so much, Mark said, 3rd generation sisterhood with social media voice. Exactly. Let's go into why we can't really have this conversation. And I even on my platform, I shy away from topics when we are talking about these horrific examples of quote unquote mothering, because even though we've got a hyena boneyard epidemic going on, the Black mother is still some type of sanctified thing you can't critique. And I don't know why we hold on to that. Why do we hold on to that? When we see these women are out here acting a fool and raising and passing on the worst generational curses that we have ever seen since we've been in this country, since the ADOS have been in this country. Why do we still hold the position that so-called motherhood, particularly in the Black community, is still some type of a situation that we can't say nothing about. We can't call them the horrific stewards of children that they actually are. Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that? Why we can't say that? Because that young lady said it, you horrible mothers. Y'all so worried about not taking you to Cheesecake Factory. See, you worried about the wrong thing. Hyenas is always worried about the wrong thing. Y'all worried about Cheesecake Factory lists and who gonna take you where on a first date. You're not even qualified for a date. And your kids is listening to Ski Yee and Poundtown and whatever else they listening to. Twerking without no guidance and can't even talk. Can't even read. I've run into these children. We all have. They 6 years old. They still got bottles in their mouths. They 3, 4, 5 years old. Nobody has bothered to potty train them. Nobody has bothered to teach them how to read or what their colors are or how to count or how to write their name. Nobody. Because can't nobody tell your kids what to do. Somebody try to correct your kids and you run around, you don't tell my kids, just like don't nobody tell you. You can't take a telling and you teaching your kids, they don't have to have no correction either. How they supposed to grow up into adulthood with no corrections? Because you feel like all you had to do was pop them out your nasty womb. And then they don't need nothing else but some little clothes, a game system, and a sit them down in front of some device so you don't got to deal with them. So you don't got to talk to them. So you don't got to interact. You don't know what's going on with your kids. This is why they don't respect you when they get older and they fight you and all that kind of stuff. So many TikToks of these little kids jumping you. These children resent the way that you have, quote unquote, raised them. They can't stand you. Your kids are your karma. Your children are being set as the punishment for you. They your punishment. They your retribution in this life. They not the blessings that children usually would be because you're not doing the role you're supposed to do as a mother and a parent. So the children become blights and parasites on you and trouble to you and a source of grief to you. You teach them this ultimate selfishness where they never evolve away from that. I gotta have it right now. The instant gratification. I'm gonna cry and clown if I don't get what I want. You gotta give it to me right now. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can tell them nothing, no structure or anything like that. And this actually gives rise to perpetual victim mentality because now any correction is immediately seen as a negative thing, and it is seen as, it's got to be met with a power struggle. Correction in any form or any intensity is seen as controlling and an attempt to rob you of your own self-possession, sense of self, and your rights. Correction from any area, in any way, in any intensity is met with a power struggle. Oh, you trying to run me? Oh, you trying to control me? We are trying to coexist in this world with you without taking your head off. That's what we're trying to do. But can't nobody tell you nothing. I didn't cover this, but do y'all remember a few weeks ago where that black lady was complaining on the news about the white guy that was on the motorcycle, and then she, like, he cut her off or something like that, and then she followed him into the little food mart that be at the little gas station, and then he was calling her all kind of N-words and all kind of stuff. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And then she tried to get on there and be a victim. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Why am I bringing that up? Because it's a victim mentality. Don't nobody care. Why are y'all cussing folk out on the road? He happened to cut you off or whatever the situation may be, but y'all so confrontational all the time. Nobody can tell you nothing. You don't have any patience. You don't have nothing. Instead of going on about your business, you stopped and tried to follow up behind that guy to make him, I don't know what you wanted him to do. But once you caught up with him, he called you all kind of EMBs. Mr. Cartwright don't care. Y'all come around, do the worst stuff, and then want to be victims when people react to your foolishness. Corrections, you need correcting like a little kid. You need a whooping like a little kid. You need a whooping like a little kid. This is why it's even more pronounced why we say women act like children. And it's not in a good way. This is in the worst possible way. Your development is severely arrested. Zero critical thinking skills. Zero critical thinking skill. How do y'all manage y'all day-to-day lives without the ability to think critically and analytically? Y'all don't have basic lines and trains of logic and reason that go through your head. I don't know how y'all go through life every day. I really don't. And you have the audacity to get on the internet and talk smart to people. Y'all kids can't read. You can barely read. But you can cuss folk out. You can get under folks' comment section and talk smart and talk slick. You can sell that little nasty coochie you got. You can have a bunch of baby daddies and babies that you don't even like. But you can't function day to day like an adult without somebody rescuing you every day. Y'all are pathetic. And then want to come through talking about somebody hating on y'all. Ain't nobody hating on y'all. Y'all are functionally illiterate. You're functionally illiterate whores. Ain't nobody hating on y'all. You ain't got nothing going for yourselves. You generationally get on welfare. Your whole life is a handout. You come through, see all that standard having, and a man came through. Y'all are perpetual beggars. Y'all are beggars. Most of y'all are homeless. You live pillar to post. Y'all be wearing the same clothes, same draw, same bra. You got your hand out everywhere you go. Somebody got to pay stuff for you because you are inept as an adult. And you're inept. You don't have the intelligence to take care of yourself like a regular adult. Who's hating on y'all? Who? Because I can read my name in boxcar letters. I may need some reading glasses now, but I can read. I can read without putting my finger under each syllable. I can do math problems. You can get on social media and throw it back and all that kind of stuff. But if somebody asks y'all a question that don't have nothing to do with Facebook, Instagram, or your booty, you don't know how to answer it. If ain't nobody asking you no questions about how to suck an eggplant through a garden hose, you don't know the answer, do you? And this go for y'all little so-called educated ones too, because y'all don't have critical thinking and life skills either. You know what Mr. Charlie taught you in that book, and you don't know nothing else. You know how to memorize for a midterm paper, but you don't have any critical thinking skills either, because you get on social media and say the same thing that Pooh Keisha out the hood say. You just got a little bit better diction than she do. You horrible mothers, you horrible women. You're not fit to be wives. You're not even fit to be concubines to nobody. You falling so far, you're not even good hoes no more. Who's hating on you? Don't nobody like you. You're miserable human beings. Lower than the beasts of the fields. You don't have any spiritual insight nor elevation. You don't think higher than your coochie hole. And somebody hating on you? Somebody jealous of you? How? How, Sway? How, Sway? Don't nobody even like you. And somebody jealous of you. You the first one get y'all hating on what exactly? That y'all 36 with 3 kids and live with your mama? And study trying to worry about getting on the internet and who's taking you to Applebee's. You be lucky to go to Applebee's. Don't no man take you seriously enough to take you to an apple or a bee. Spell Applebee's. Pronounce everything on the menu properly. I double dog dare you. Y'all can't go nowhere without pictures on the menu. You need a coloring book just to get through life. Stop playing with me. Nobody jealous of y'all. You have pathetic lives that y'all lead. And you get on social media and it's all cap. Talking about what you don't take and what you don't do and who you are and who you not. You're nobodies. You a bunch of nobodies. Raising another generation of nobodies that's going to be lower than you, sadly to say. Sadly to say. You pride yourself on ruining your life and the lives of the children that you birthed into this world. You think it's a flex. Thank you, Frederick. Said there's nothing new under the sun. No one can say that was in your day. Thank you again. Chano said this question needs a biocultural answer. It definitely does. Thank you, Miss Lucchese, a standing ovation for this incredibly important topic presentation. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Annie, for your super sticker. Thank you, Miss Mia, for yours as well. Thank you, Abik. Said, get them, sis. Nothing but facts. So glad you exist. Thank you, HBacks. I see why the men made number 20 on that list. Don't date ABWs. ABWs have lost their humanity. Thank you, Original Man. Said, these are the same ones that go on Kendra G show, want men with 6 figures. The same ones Dr. Umar want us single childless black men to wife up. Thank you so much. Skinny Boy said, Kendra, stop. I can't. Thank you again, HBacks. I tried to tell my mom, nobody ain't hating on ABWs. Them password bros definitely not hating. They're trying to get away from these demons. I mean, that's the part I can't get over. Nobody likes you. From the men you pursue to the children you have to your co-workers, sometimes your own mother and father don't like you, your siblings don't like you, your family don't like you, the people that you associate with in your neighborhood don't like you. Nobody even like y'all. Y'all are not even liked on social media, or that's the only place that people actually kind of like you, and they only do that because they don't know you. Because guaranteed, once they get a little bit closer, they don't like you either. You don't even like you. You don't like you. Miserable individuals lead miserable, empty lives. Chasing the things of this world that have no value at all. Blindly following the demons that prompt you and that you live with and commiserate with every day. On demon time and glad about it. Living by the old satanic creed, do as thou wilt, and let that be the whole of the law. You live lives with no order, no structure, no system, no love, no spiritual light. You live your life in darkness. You are blind, you are deaf, and you are dumb. You lower than the beast of the field, because the beasts of the field at least know their purpose and they stay in it. You don't even know yours, nor do you fulfill it. You continue to pursue and perpetuate and congratulate a destructive model, which is single motherhood and the alienation of men and fathers. You refuse to abandon the feminist mindset, the lost value system mindset at any cost. It has cost you your souls. It has cost you the souls of your children. It has cost the fabric of the community, the fabric of the family. It has cost you your womanhood. It has cost you your femininity, and it has cost you your humanity. What more do you have to give to something that has destroyed you completely? Only to end up in a situation where the Most High really do hand you over to a reprobate mind. Y'all don't even know what that is. Where evil seems fair seeming to you. That is what that means. Where you don't see the wrong in the wrong. As a matter of fact, you see the wrongdoing as a virtue and the virtue as a wrongdoing. And you have no perception of where that places you spiritually. Because if you don't see wrongdoing as wrongdoing, then you don't correct it. And you remain misguided and astray. And you die in that state. Y'all don't even get the depth of that. When God just say, okay, fine. Because nobody can guide you except the Most High, and nobody can lead you astray except the Most High. And trust and believe, He leads you astray because you want to be astray. You don't want to be covered. You don't like the order. You don't like anything. Fine. So you stay where you are. Suffer there. Suffer. But what we refuse to do is allow you to drag everybody with you. That's why it's our business. That's why we're so pressed about what you do, because you're not going to drag everybody down. Thank you so much, Dale, for your contribution. Thank you, HVAC said when when World War III WW goes down, Mr. White Boy ain't coming. He's definitely not. Thank you, Mr. Enigma said my heart breaks over what I see happening. Marriage is declining, men are leaving the country. Worst still, they won't listen. Thank you, Gregory said many of us can tell when one doesn't like themselves. That individual wears it all over their face and body. Thank you, Utah said good evening, sister. Number one, do you think the world is blaming Black men for Black women's behavior today? Number two, do you still read cash apps before you finish your live sessions? To answer your first question, there's always going to be a shifting of blame. And number two question, I always forget to read the cash apps. So thank you for reminding me, and I'll make sure to read them before we go. Thank you once again, HVAC said Gloria Steinem destroyed 4 generations by herself. Thank you, Common said, I know women in their 60s living at home with their mothers, with their children and grandchildren. No man, the kids have different fathers, but they're strong. Thank you, Professor Carl. So not one lie spoken. The way that young lady was attacked by the horde of hyenas was a tragedy and a revelation all at the same time. And thank you. Yusuf said, thank you for all of your hard work. I appreciate you. Thank you. Chano said, drop the mic. Incredible lecture. I appreciate you. Let me once again, thank you for reminding me about the Cash Apps, because I cannot even make it give me notifications no more. At least the notifications would put it in my mind, but not even. So thank you, Henry. Thank you, Philander. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Bernard, Antonius, Lydell, Bernard again. Thank you so very much for all of your very generous contributions. Thank you all for supporting the channel and supporting me the way that you do, and having the patience with me that you all have. I greatly appreciate it, more than you know, and more than I really can express to you. So I really appreciate the reminder for the Cash App. Like, I actually really appreciate that reminder, because people contribute, and I don't want anybody's contribution to go unnoticed or unrecognized or not acknowledged just because it's not a super chat. So once again, I want everybody to jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye bye, Crimsonites.